is now. And welcome to the Svk Crypto Podcast. 15 minutes of crypto fame.
My name's Charles Story. I'll be your host for the next 15 minutes. We're coming live from the city of London, so let's get down to business. It's Thursday, the 26th of October 2017. We currently have Bitcoin at $5,910, which is up 8% in the last 24 hours. Ethereum, which is at $296, which is up 1% in the last 24 hours. Ripple at 20 cents, which is up 2%. Litecoin, $56, which is also up 2%. A big thanks to everyone who followed us yesterday on Twitter after yesterday's podcast. Also, a big thanks to Shane Kehoe, who's one of our guest speakers. He's going to be weekly onto the show, so we're looking forward to having more of him. I think he did a stellar job, so big thanks. Other than that, let's get on to the next part of the show.
Crypto News Flash. 5 crypto news stories from around the world.
Sure, everyone's heard about Bitcoin Gold. It's been in lots of different press articles. So I'm going to do a quick story now about what's going on with it, because I've seen myself, it's being listed on many different exchanges, and what that really means, because I know myself, I haven't received my Bitcoin Gold, and I know no one else has as well. So what's this all about? Let's get into it. So what's the price of Bitcoin Gold? Crypto traders still aren't sure. From $0 to $2,900 and seemingly everywhere else in between. Bitcoin Gold, a new fork of the Bitcoin software, may not have officially been launched yet or distributed to users, but that isn't stopping the cryptocurrency markets from seeking to determine its potential value or profiting from its eventual existence. In an interesting twist on a typical distribution, a number of exchanges are now listing a token that represents or claims to be the future delivery of Bitcoin Gold, in advance of it becoming available to all Bitcoin users ahead of that actual event. However, traders are seeking to value the asset, which proposes an alternative to difficulty of competing the rewards on Bitcoin's mining network. Still, it's safe to say there's disagreement so far. In an interview, analysts expressed a reservation about Bitcoin Gold, both when speaking about its developer team and when characterizing the protocol's potential marketing opportunity. Safiri Felix, a researcher at financial publisher Impricus, for example, believes that while Bitcoin Gold is likely to encourage others to clone Bitcoin's blockchain and thus capitalize on the potential to appeal to its expansive user base, he sees the trajectory as a limit. Felix told Coinbase, "I think that forks and airdrops as a trend to launch new tokens will continue, aiming to get an instant user base. Best case scenario, Bitcoin Gold is a potential contender for Litecoin. Indeed, most industry observers surveyed don't expect the project to compete with Bitcoin or Bitcoin Cash, predicting its market capitalization will likely be similar to less valuable networks. This belief seems reflected on exchanges where Bitcoin Gold or BTG tokens traded for as high as $2,900 on Bitfinex, before dropping 96.64% to $97 on Tuesday. By Wednesday, prices had stabilized around $137. At press time, though, order books are with heavy sell orders in available markets, at current prices, the value of all Bitcoin Gold, once released, will be worth a mere 43% of Bitcoin Cash and 2% of Bitcoin. As such, it seems unlikely to surpass the value of those currencies in the immediate future. Likewise, exchanges' interest also seems subdued. Currently, only a handful of exchanges, Bitfinex, HitBTC, Yobit, Blue Trade, Bitstar, and Contest, have been supporting the pairs." Please let me know what you guys think. It's a great story. I don't know if you guys are all holding Bitcoin. Maybe you are, maybe you're not. But please let me know so I have an idea. And please let me know where you think it's going to go as well after it's released on November 1st, which is when it hits your wallets. Please keep me updated with what you guys think. Let's get on to the next part of the show. Top 3 open source cryptocurrencies that aren't Bitcoin. The term open source gets thrown around a lot. And most of the time, the people saying it don't even know what it means. The best way to think of it is like a book. Everyone can edit and make their own version of it. The source code is available to all, which creates the option for developers to look at the code and come up with their own modifications. These modifications won't necessarily be adopted, but they are at least out there for the community to consider and vote upon. So let's get into this. Let's go through some of the cryptocurrencies that are open source that aren't Bitcoin. So let's kick it off with Litecoin. Litecoin was launched in 2011. Which is not long after Bitcoin was launched. For a long time, it's been seen as the prime competition for Bitcoin in regards to the space it would fill in users' lives. The coin gets the name from the fact that it operates similarly to Bitcoin, but generates blocks more quickly that can perform transactions more quickly than Bitcoin. It runs on an open source global payments network and is not controlled by any single entity. Developer of the currency, Charlie Lee, foresaw potential scaling issues with Bitcoin and thought that eventually Litecoin could act as a spillover protection for the network. In this sense, he always foresaw them trading in tandem, much like silver and gold do. Zcash and Monero are both based around the idea of having superior levels of privacy, but do it in different ways. A major point to make is when there is a coin that has privacy as a major benefit that is being promoted, it is key to make sure it is open source so outside parties can examine and verify this. This strengthens security and improves privacy. Zcash takes Bitcoin and adds an additional ability to shield your transactions. Right now, it's all too easy for the flow of funds to be tracked through the Bitcoin ecosystem. There are no safeguards in place to protect users from having their financial history available to all. This has been developed for an open source protocol that makes all currency fungible. What this means is every coin is treated as equal and there is no differentiating them. So no one can ever track or discriminate against a certain coin. This solves a lot of problems for people who inadvertently end up with Zcash coins that were stolen. But also makes the cryptocurrency act a lot more like cash. Despite being one of the youngest cryptocurrency representatives, Zcash is steadily growing in popularity. Zcash was introduced only a year ago, but it has already made the top 10 cryptocurrencies by the market capitalization and gained interest of the top 10 major exchanges. Monero was launched in 2014 in much the same way as Bitcoin. The lead developer has never come forward, just like Bitcoin, which creates a solid mythology around the coin's invention and the emphasis on privacy. This is one of the most popular cryptocurrencies in the sector due to the high level of interest in the protocols that guide it. The development of the cryptocurrency is based on donations, and the community is very good at driving advancement forward. The currency depends on the use of ring signatures, which are the signatures that can be given by any member of any group without identifying which member authorized it. This makes it impossible to track the flow of funds and adds significantly more privacy to the network, which is fantastic. And I think, by the way, all of these currencies I've just mentioned, so Litecoin, Zcash, and Monero, are all worth looking into. If you don't hold them, I'm not saying go and buy them, but I'm saying go look into them, see which one fits your investment appetite, let's say. Research them. If you have any questions, please feel free to reach out to myself. Let's move on to the next part of the show. People are underestimating Bitcoin, and it has great potential left. Billionaire investor Peter Thiel said on Thursday, speaking at the Future Investment Initiative at Riyadh, Saudi Arabia. Thiel compared the cryptocurrency Bitcoin to gold. I'm skeptical of most of them, cryptocurrencies. I do think people are a little bit underestimating Bitcoin, especially because it's like a reserve form of money. It's like gold, and it's a store of value. You don't need to use it to make payments, Thiel said. If Bitcoin ends up being the cyber equivalent of gold, it has great potential left. There's been rising interest in Bitcoin this year. The cryptocurrency recently hit a record high of above $6,100 and has rallied over 500% this year alone. Thiel said that Bitcoin is based on the security of the math, which means it can't be hacked and it's secure. The PayPal founder and venture capitalist compared some of Bitcoin's features to gold. Bitcoin is measurable like gold. It's hard to mine. It's actually harder to mine than gold. And so in that case, it's more constrained. Thiel said, the cryptocurrency is a limited supply and only 21 million Bitcoin will be mined. Major figures in the business world have weighed in on the debate over the sustainability of cryptocurrencies. JP Morgan Chase CEO Jamie Dimon called Bitcoin a fraud and said people who buy it are stupid. Saudi Arabian billionaire Prince Alawad bin Talal said on Monday that Bitcoin will implode one day. On the other hand, former hedge fund manager Michael Novogratz said Bitcoin would head to $10,000 per Bitcoin, mirroring the bullishness of some of the CNBC readers. 49% of the 23,118 people who voted in an unscientific survey last week about the direction of the Bitcoin price said it was heading above $10,000 per Bitcoin.
Top Twitter tweet of the day.
We've got a great one. We've got one from Max Kaiser, and it says $7,000 calling. hashtag Bitcoin. And then below that is a meme, and the meme is of a girl picking up the phone. And you can go follow him at Max Kaiser. Worth a follow. Great content. He's he produces content very regularly. He's also on the RT network as well. Big advocate for Bitcoin. Go check him out. The second Twitter tweet of the day is another meme related one, so I have to describe it to you. It says hashtag Bitcoin bulls today. Bears in disbelief. And it's a picture of someone going up to a gate and the bull running through and the guy gets bounced back. So that's what's happening today. The bull is coming through and all the bear market Bitcoin believers are getting bounced back as per usual. We're going to keep moving forward in the pace we are. We love that. And you can go follow him at MBTCPIZPIE. Great content. Once again, very regular. Go check him out. Let's move to the next part of the show.
SVK's current global crypto view.
Alright, so today we're going to go over Repio. And we went over Repio a few days ago, but we didn't go into a lot of detail, so I wanted to come back to you guys with the facts and figures. So the Repio Credit Network, which is the project name, token symbol RCN. The hard cap on this is 127,500 Ethereum. Now we have 106,250 Ethereum that was sold in the pre-sale. 21,250 Ethereum available for public crowd sale. Now, this opened 2 days ago. They already sold half of their supply. This is extremely hot, as I would say. It's going well. The conversion rate, 1 Ethereum is 4,000 RCN. They're based on the Ethereum blockchain. And just a quick overview, Repio's main objective is to offer digital payment alternatives within everyone's reach in Latin America, a region where 65% remain unbanked, which is very, very key. The Repio Credit Network is a protocol that aims to bring enhanced transparency and reliability in credit and lending. The protocol enables peer-to-peer lending regardless of where the lender and borrowers are located and which currency it's used. By reducing the traditional banking, brokerage cost and management fees, Repio aims to allow better conditions for both sides, creating a better credit alternative than what's available today. Great project, and I just want to say as well that currently SVK Crypto are very interested in this. We're also building a book, so if anyone's interested or if anyone has any questions, please feel free to reach out. We're more than happy to deal with your requests. Other than that, it's been emotional. I got to bounce. Have a great evening, and tomorrow's show is going to be a special one, so you remember to tune in.
You've been listening to an SVK Crypto Podcast original. Follow us on Twitter at SVK_crypto. Email us on cstorry@svkcrypto.com. Leave us a message on our website, www.svkcrypto.com.